Hey, welcome to the Plumbing Gurus. My name is Carson. On this channel, we strive to save you money and keep you informed on all the proper plumbing practices. We're back on the on-site edition. Today, we're working in my garage because they want us to install these boilers at a job at a job we've been doing. We've done a couple previous videos. We did the hydronics, the groundworks. I believe we did the drainage and water lines. So now we're working on combination boilers. So we got a combi boiler doing the in-floor heating and the domestic. We got two of them. It's the one for the lower house and one for the garage. Excuse me. So it's cold outside and they don't have windows there. There's no security yet, but they want heat as soon as possible. So we took some measurements of what's going to be on site. We pre-cut some plywood and we're building everything in my garage, nice and warm in here and just a little more controlled. And we don't have to worry about somebody stealing our boilers out of my garage. So we're kind of just show you quickly here what we've done. We just started this today. So we went on site, we measured, this is how wide we have to work with, not a lot of space, so everything's got to be super tight and compact. The boiler's going to sit here. The top of the boiler is going to be like, this is going to sit really high in the mechanical room. Like this is going to be like, this is the floor essentially, so it's not going to be ideal to have it like this, but we didn't really have any other way to do this. So the boiler's going to sit super high. It's going to vent straight up and out the wall, which is kind of nice. Venting is going to be super simple. So we're not going to tie the boiler into we're just building kind of like a board situation here. So we got a heating supply, heating return, and then we got a domestic hot and cold in here. This is going to go into a low loss header. So our heating supply is going to come into this one here. It's going to tie into that. And then our heating return is going to come into here, which is the bottom, into the low loss header. And off the low loss header, we have a little air vent here to help with air separation and a drain if you ever need to drain and work on the system. We don't personally use unions. I don't like to use unions because I find that they leak. I know a lot of guys that like to use dielectric unions. I've never had an issue. I don't use them. I don't like dielectric unions or any unions at all because they end up leaking and they just cause problems. I'd rather just cut into it later if I need to work on it. I understand that people say it's easier to have unions if you ever need to cut this out, but I'd rather deal with that down the road and deal with it than leaks happening. So what we have here is we have the supply off the top, return on the bottom. We're coming out with the supply. We went 1 inch, and we got a line here. This is going to a fan coil, and it's going to go up to a pump, a supply pump right here, and then it's going to go into a high velocity fan coil that's sitting up in the air. That'll be done on site. We're just doing as much as we possibly can here. And then the supply comes down to another pump here, and then into a three-way mixing valve, which is going to go into the manifold, which is going into the in-floor. This is in the house portion. So the house just has in-floor on the slab and slab only. There's no separate zone, so we don't have to put any actuators on. So we're just going to do straight in, one thermostat, that's it. So we got supply on the bottom, return on the top. So the supply is coming into here, into our three-way mixing valve. Excuse me, COVID. And then there's gonna be a temperature gauge here off the three-way. We'll set it to a proper temperature. We usually go about 110 degrees Fahrenheit going into concrete. So this is gonna go into concrete and into here. And the reason we have the three-way mixing valve is because the fan coil we're gonna set to about, let's say 170 or 180. And this is it's only a one temperature setting. So it's going to constantly run at 180, and then this will just dial it down to 110 into the supply of the manifold into the floor, returns back, and then we got the return mixing back into the three-way mixing valve, so we can dial this in, set the proper temperature, and then this is going to come back into the low loss header, and then back into the boiler. And we are setting. This is our zone relay. We're going to set it right here, and then all our wiring is going to come into here. Thermostat wire, the pump wires. This is going to be the pump control. It's going to do everything. So everything will come back into here. This will kind of tell the boiler what to do, when to turn on and all that. We will do another video when it's fully done. We have two of these systems to build. The other system's a little bit different because there's two sets of in-floor. So we're going to have some zone valves coming off of here. It's going to be a bit tighter and harder, so we're going to have to compact it even more, which we're looking forward to. Anything you think you can add, Clayton?
No, I think you pretty much got it all.
Awesome.
Tackled it all.
This is our sweet workstation.
This is our shop.
It is definitely a lot nicer. I can just walk out my garage and go home, which is happening right now.
So it's just right there.
I get to go home. I don't have to drive home and worry about traffic or anything like that. So
I do.
yeah, I haven't got to do this in a long time. I kind of enjoy working in my heated garage. It's pretty nice. If you guys have any questions, if you don't know a lot about heating systems, or if you do, please let us know if there's something you think we could have done differently. We're always looking for better ideas, and love hearing you guys' comments. We've been getting a lot of great ones. So we'll see you on the next one, and thanks for watching.